So hello everyone, my name is Sumit Ghodke. I was given a project to complete, which was the domain was the ETL extract transform role, in which I have to do two tasks. First was mainly to implement SCD1 into the dataset, into the pipeline. Sorry, and second was to create a dashboard. So here is the pipeline I have created, and this is the dashboard. This is the schema. We will get back to it, and this is the schema. So the dataset, as you can see, here is the dataset that I was provided. Here are total 21 fields, and this dataset is of a superstore dataset. Means it's a data of a superstore in which all this information we can see: customer name, customer ID, segment, in which country. Mostly the country is United States, and various city states are provided, and also the sales and profit dates also provided to us, and also the ship date and order date in which the product were ordered by the customers. So first of all, I have created a schema for it to analyze what I have to do with the data. So I was firstly given the instruction that I should be having 2 dimension table and 1 fact table. So dimension table first is the location one, and second is the dimension date. As you can see, in location I have city, country, postal code, and region and state. In this you can see that here location ID is present and here date key is present, which is not present in the source table. So as it is not in the source table, it is obvious that I have created this two extra fields, and I will get back to it why I have created that. So as soon as I got the data, I had created the database in the Snowflake database. So as you can see that in Snowflake dataset, you cannot directly import the file from your local storage to the Snowflake database. First you need to get from your local system to the staging area, and from staging area you need to go to the Snowflake database. So we can't say the staging area, the stage area we could say. Here are both the same. These both are the same dataset. Nothing difference is there. In this project I have used this upper one, and after that I had created 3 dimension tables, 2 dimension table and 1 fact table, as I was said. And this is our staging area or the source. You can see the data preview. This is our data. This Sumit was, I have altered this data for my presentation. It is not here Sumit, and here is other some data. So let's get started now with the pipeline. So this is the IICS pipeline which I have created. So IICS is a ETL tool which helps us performing various ETL operations. ETL basically means extract transform load, means extracting data from the source, transforming it, and loading it into database. So here is the source. The staging area is the source. As you can see, the staging area is provided. These are the lookup transformation, sequence generator, and expression transformation have been mainly used in this pipeline. And here you can see that here is target, name, date, and location. Initially all these three columns, 3 tables will be empty, obviously, because we have not provided any data to it. We are going to perform all this transformation. So let's go one by one. So here you can see there are 3 sequence generator. What are the sequence generator? Sequence generator are such type of transformations which helps us to provide a sequence, or just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. This is a sequence. This generates a sequence. Why is it used? Because as I have shown you in the previous slides, that here is the location key and date key. These 2 other columns were created by me because I need to identify each and every row uniquely, and I required a primary key for both this table. To require a primary key for both this table, I should have a unique key, because both the tables don't have any unique key from starting, because it has been inherited from the fact table. So I have created the location key and location date as a unique parameter, and this is generated, and these are created by sequence generator, this 1 and 2. So I will show you from where how it's created. So as soon as you drag from here to here and connect to it, you will get to know that increment by 1 means 1 2 3 4, or if it was increment by 2, it will be 1 3 5 7, like that. and in all these were the default value. And also one more thing, you need to enable this option, disable incoming field, so there is no incoming fields for this. And now let's go to the lookup. What is the lookup? So for name itself we can classify that lookup means looking into something. So where is it looking? It is looking in the fact table, into the target table. We will get to know why is it looking in all these conditions. And you can see here the condition is specified. Here is row ID from this source. Just a second. Yeah, lookup conditions. So here row ID is from this source, and this source row ID I have mapped here. I will show you how you can map and what to do. So this lookup will check for this row ID equal to this row ID. If both are equal, something will happen. If both are not equal, then other thing is going to happen. We are going to discuss about it. So here as you can see, here is only one lookup table is present, but in this both the tables, two lookups are there. So what is the difference between them? So as you can see, in the first lookup I have looked for the fact table, means this table. So why I have looked into this table? Because for creating these two tables, not for creating, but in reference to this table, I need to change some data or look at this table. So that's the reason I have looked here for the fact table, and in next I had looked for the target table as I looked here. So the main reason was as I need to do what I was supposed to do. If there is a insert or update operation in this source, or anything changes in the source, it should be updated in the target table. For example, as I said that I initially changed this, that Sumit was written here, but I just changed, and due to which what happened just a minute. Yeah, here you can see this is a fact table. So here the Sumit is I have order ID Sumit. I know it's wrong, but here as you can see the status is 1. Don't worry, I will explain all this, that what is the status, why I have used it, and what are this value 1 and 0. So let's go to back. So these are the two lookups, this and this, and also this and this. This looks into the target table, and this looks into the location table. After this there is one more lookup. It is for the update flag. What is update flag? As I said here, that here is a status. I have mapped this with you can say this status and update flag both are this one and the same thing, but only the naming difference is there. So the source data comes to here lookup. Now what this lookup does, it's go to the target table, the fact table, and it look for the data in the fact table. Now it goes again to this is the dimension table, the dimension table, and it's a date time table, as you can see here. So it's a date time table and it's a location table. So from here you can see that, as I said, that we need to update and insert. These two operations we are going to perform in SCD1. SCD means slowly changing dimension, and here you can see the update flag. What does the update flag does? Let's see. So as you can see here, the just read the condition carefully. If location of if this is not equal to this, what means if the data from the source from here it's not equal to the target, then what should I do? If it's not equal to this, and here or is there, and if any one of the condition is true, it will turn into 1, means the data has been updated. That's the reason here you can see that 1 is present, as this Sumit was not initially in the target table but was in the source table. So when our pipeline checked for the order ID equal to Sumit, as it not able to found in the target table, but it was in the source. Now one thing is changed in the source, and the same thing should be updated in the target, that these conditions have been changed, or these changes happened in the source table. So that was here depicted, that 1, and after that, as no other changes were made by me, that's the reason here 0 is present. Okay, so I will show you the example for the update and insert also, and here you can see this thing. So this is what a pipeline is called, and now let's do some practical implementation of updating some things, such as you can see, initially I have updated this update staging table, where order ID equal to set order ID equal to Sumit, and where row ID equal to 1. So I will copy this And so I will do one thing. I will change this where order ID equal to 2. So wherever the order ID is 2, it will change the order ID. Row ID is 2. Here you can see the row ID. Here you can see the row ID, and the order ID here will be Lenovo. Now let's check. Now remember that we are changing in the staging table, means the source table. So let's see. Run it. Now the updated it is showing. So select from the staging table. Okay. As you can see here, Lenovo is printed. So this is in this source table. As you can see the staging table. The staging table is defined or mentioned here. This is the staging table. Here you can see. Now just run this. It will take some time to run. Informatica is very slow. As you can hear started. Till it runs, I will get you to this Power BI. So what is Power BI? So if there is a non-technical person who, as the business intelligent business analyst or whoever it may be, or the owner of the company, if he doesn't have any technical knowledge related to ETL, so he won't be able to perform all these operations, so that, and don't understand what is the data saying. For a better visualization, a Power BI is used, and there is one more tool called Tableau. You can use any of this. So as you can see that on the basis of the state or city, you can select, and you will get the sum of sales and sum of profit in that particular state or city, in that particular year, and in the particular category. So there are 3 categories. So 3 categories are this: technology, office supplies, and for the furniture. And you can check for any of the cities or any of the state you want, and from this they can easily identify that which cities have which city in which year or which state in which duration of time has done well, and so that they can increase their sales. And here you can also segregate them on the basis of quarter. The second page goes by the subcategories and the product name, some of the products of the on the basis of subcategories. So there are total 17 subcategories. Here all are not provided. As you can see, there are total 17 subcategories. The sum and the profits are also, you can easily identify them. All these are easy to perform. As here you can see there is a map. It's easy to build these maps and all these things. And in the third page you can see the sum of the sales and profit by the region and the segment, and also the customer who had buy the most of the products or who had done most of the shoppings, and also by the region, south, west, which region has gave the more value or more customers, so they can increase their sales there, or more stores can be opened there. All the decision will be taken by the owners of the company or directors of the company. Now this is the Power BI, this is a visualization, and this is a data modeling. Now let's get back to our, is it completed? Yeah, it's success. So let's go here. Now I am checking for this fact table, but this is our target table. It should be Lenovo there. Is it? Yes, it is Lenovo. So we have and you can see that, yeah. And one more thing, as you can see that, why is it here 0? Because what this Informatica will do, it will take the previous data. In the previous data, what was there? Here was Sumit. Yes. Is it did it change? No, it not changed. That's why here it is 0, that it is not changed. But here in the Lenovo, in the order ID where row ID is equal to 2, we have done Lenovo. So due to which what happened here, the status is 1. This implies that this row is updated. If anywhere from these 21 columns, anywhere if I changed in any of the row, it will get updated here. And also one more thing, and in the other columns or other tables, you can see here, this also got updated. this also got updated, and this was all about my project. So I implemented SCD1 in this, and there were many challenges for us. This is a documentation I have created for you. Whoever is watching this video, if you have seen this documentation, please let me know. You can reach out to me by my LinkedIn. I will provide everything in the description, and also this documentation will be on my GitHub. There were many challenges. There were challenges where I didn't know. Why I am telling this, because if you are facing the same challenge, you can solve it as uploading the data from Snowflake via Stage. As I said that, I don't remember that I said or not, but you can't directly upload any text file or CSV file or any file from your local storage to the Snowflake, due to which you need to do it by the Stage. And in my database I have created the Stage here. These are both the same data set, nothing is different. This is the Stage that I have created, and also here I have documentation, yes. And also in update flag we had got many errors, and many other errors were there, such as one was if I run the same pipeline twice, it would give me something error, but it doesn't happen now. And this was all. This is the documentation, well structured format. Yeah, I will provide all this in my GitHub account. You can easily access it. If you want, you can refer it. And thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.